This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, hello, hello. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, hello.
Hi, good evening.
Hello, everyone.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Great.
Awesome, awesome. I'm gonna allow a few more minutes for everybody to come in. Is Ramel gonna be joining tonight? I'm not really sure the amount of people that should be on tonight, honestly. All right, good evening. Can everybody turn their camera on so we can do like an introductory session? Welcome, welcome, welcome to tonight's session. Tonight, we're going to be talking about funnels and automations. I'm going to give a brief introduction of who I am for those that don't know. I would like to get to know everybody. Probably this is my first time officially meeting everyone. So we could please turn on cameras. That would be great. And y'all can feel free also to come off of mute as well. All right, we got a few more people joining. All right, so let's go ahead and dive on in. Welcome again, everybody, to tonight's session, to the Funding Business Funding Millionaire session. My name is Millie. I'm the funnel expert that Ramel was talking about in the group chat. So during our session tonight, we're going to be getting started with talking about systems and automations and how you're going to be able to launch your business. But before we dive into that, again, I would like to get to know everybody because this is my first time officially getting to meet everyone. So can we please have everybody to turn on their cameras? I'm gonna go around the room and have everybody to also unmute and introduce yourself. Let us know your name. Some of you all may be familiar with each other because I'm sure you probably came from Ramel's other program, but this is my first time officially meeting everyone, so I would like to get to know everybody. Please turn your cameras on. We're going to do like a small introduction. Let us know your name. What are your goals of being a part of the group? What are you looking to accomplish within your business? Let us know if you're just launching your business, if you're in the business already. That will be great as well. Okay. So I'm going to start with the first name that I see on the screen, which I believe is Avita. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Did I say that right? She's shaking her head at me. Welcome, welcome. Good evening, Avita. How are you?
Good evening.
Am I saying your name right?
Yes.
Okay, are you feeling okay tonight?
Huh?
I said, are you feeling okay tonight?
I'm okay. I'm
Okay.
just not um I'm just here to learn. I'm not really established yet, so I'm
Okay.
trying to get to that level and learn and figure out because I can't figure it out, but I'm trying my best.
I totally understand, and that's what we're here for. We're gonna definitely get you to that level where you can be able to at least launch your business and start, creating content and things of that sort, and your system set up. So tell me more, Avita. What do you currently do? Um, and what are your goals with the funding business?
Um, I currently work. I'm employed, and I'm hoping to start. I already have a few funding clients because I've been talking about it, but I'm not into that, um, the posting of the Instagram. But I did learn that I don't have to have my picture. I saw a funnel where somebody had they made a logo of their company and they had it like that, and I like that idea. I think I'm gonna go with that, the faceless.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a little bit of feedback on that, but we're gonna go back
I
to that.
know, I know, but I don't want to use my face, and that's my issue.
Okay.
Um, through because of my background, I don't want to use my face, and you can't convince me to do it because I
Okay.
haven't done it. Like this is a struggle for me, but I like the community. I want to, just learn and grow, but I don't want to use my face. I want to have somebody else be the face, but it's a struggle trying to get somebody else on your time, and that's my issue right now.
Right, right, for sure. I understand.
So that's why I was gonna at least launch with the faceless. That's why I was thinking about that.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Well, thank you for being the first person to introduce yourself. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
All right, awesome. So let's go ahead and go around the room. The next person that I see on the screen, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but you're currently pinned. So can you tell me your name?
Are you talking about Sadari?
Yes. I didn't know how to say that. I'm sorry. Sadari, nice to meet you. Welcome to the group.
Nice to meet you too, and it's quite all right. I get that all the time.
All right, awesome. So introduce yourself to everyone. Your name is Sadari. What is it that you do, and what are you looking to accomplish within the funding business?
Well, currently I'm retired. I have been in law enforcement for over maybe 25 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just looking to do something new. I did try the business credit fund, and through another company, got burned with that, and so then I just found Ramel, and I'm here. I'm
Okay.
loving everything about it. Alita, you're not by yourself because I don't like putting my face out there either. So this is like all, new to me. I'm not a fan of it. And yeah, it's something that I just gotta get used to try to find a different way to work around it.
Okay. Do
But
you?
I did purchase the do it yourself credit repair. So I'm in the works with that, offering that ebook and things on my website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. And do you currently have an existing online business, or this will be like your first?
No, this will be my first.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Well, thank you. Nice to meet you, Sadari. Is that how you say it?
Yes, Sadari.
Sadari. Okay, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
All right, awesome. The next person is Doc Davis.
Hey, how's it going? I'm having an issue with my virtual background. In case my face with my camera's on, it's just tripping. How you
Okay,
doing?
I'm doing good at you.
I'm
Awesome.
doing good. I'm doing good.
Awesome.
Go ahead.
So yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone.
Okay.
Clearly we see your name is Doc.
Yes,
What is it
yes.
that you do, and how are you looking to benefit, and what are you looking to do as far as your funding business?
Okay, so I've been doing credit repair. Started doing the funding. Was doing funding through some other people that was pretty good with it. But I decided I wanted more, you know. I got been married 25 years, got 35 grandkids, 8 kids. And
Oh,
so I need that extra
Uh,
5%, to build that generational wealth. So
All right,
um
sounds good. Well, this is definitely a start because having a funding business is definitely a lucrative business. Definitely if you put that work, that dedication, hard work and dedication in to grow it, it is definitely lucrative and a profitable business. So,
amen.
congrats and welcome to the group.
Awesome.
All right, awesome. So the next person that I'm going to bring up, DeMarcus.
I'm in the store right now. Can you have somebody go right before me and then I'll come right afterwards?
Awesome. Let's see. I think I know everybody else. RJ, I see you're back in the group. Welcome. For those with, I know RJ. Welcome again. But if anybody don't know you, RJ, feel free to introduce yourself.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Raul Joseph, short for RJ, preferred. Basically, I'm wet behind the ears with all the online business funding funnel. I have no clients yet, but I'm eager to learn and get ready to just take action. Um, I'm here, and life is 10% what happens to you, and 90% how you react. So let's get it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Definitely gotta, like I was just saying, hard work, dedication, staying consistent, and you definitely start seeing the fruits of your labor. So, congrats and welcome.
Pardon me, I'm under the weather. I apologize.
You're not the only one. I was in bed sick for a whole week, and I'm
Since,
just now trying to recover here.
since Saturday, sweating bullets. So pardon me.
I know, right? No problem. All right, awesome. Mia, good to see you tonight.
Hey Melly, hello everyone. Good evening. I too am just starting out. Excited to see what the final product's going to be. My main goal right now out the gate is to use the funnel page to generate leads so I can share them with partners who are definitely more familiar in the funding space. And then as I learn, start taking on clients on my own. But I think I have a lot of the information that I need, just need some credibility, I guess.
Right.
So looking forward to getting going.
All right, awesome. Thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you. All right, last, I think we got two more people. Where'd the name just go? Carl, go ahead and introduce yourself to the group. You're on mute, we can't hear you.
Hello?
Yes, hey Carl, go ahead and introduce yourself to the group. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, how are you? So my name's Carl. I'm based out of Atlanta. I still currently work. I'm a sales manager for AutoNation. I've been doing credit repair for a long time since I've been in the car industry. And transitioning into funding, I actually have two pending funding clients that I'm gonna be trying to get done this week. So I'm excited.
All right, awesome. Congratulations. I can't wait to hear how it goes.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. Thank you. All right, last but not least, I think it was DeMarcus. You're up. Let me go ahead and pin you.
All right, let's go ahead and handle this. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Name's DeMarcus. I'm in the store. That's about it. I'm trying to get a phone charger so I can charge my phone.
Okay.
All right, so what questions can I answer for you?
Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what do you do, and what are you looking to accomplish within the funding business?
All right, so it looks like, and I'm looking to create some good, I guess, some more semi-passive income that's at a higher level. I do Turo right now. I'm currently a roof sales. I do roofing sales. And I don't know anything about the funding business. The reason I bought this is because being in this group has been so lucrative with some other pieces of the puzzle that haven't necessarily moved yet. And I'm also a big advocate for the power of a mentor, somebody who knows what to do that you haven't done yet. So I'm really interested to see where this takes me and being able to learn the whole process in this so that I can become a nice little funding company because I really don't want to work and I'd rather be on a beach. So
I get it. I totally understand that. So thank you again, once again, for thank you for introducing yourself and welcome to the group. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and I think that covered everybody. I kind of gave a brief introduction of myself, but I'm gonna just go a little bit deeper. Again, I'm Millie Marie, the Funnel Queen. The good thing here is I've connected with Ramel, the coach of the program. I would say probably about 4, roughly almost 5 years ago. It's been a minute, time be flying, right? But at the time, I was assisted him with his first funnel projects, with his credit repair funding business at the time, and since then, he has definitely surpassed me, and especially when it comes to running his business online. I'm the type of person where a few of you have already stated I don't like to be on camera. I'm an introvert. I don't want to be seen. Like I started there. I know where you're coming from, right? But realizing over time that in order to scale my business and be able to get it to where many of us desire, we don't want to work, we want to live we want to, be chilling on the beach, we want to create generational wealth, right? But there's a lot of different things that goes into place in order to get there. It's definitely not an overnight success, and it definitely takes hard work and dedication. Within my journey of entrepreneurship, I've definitely tried different things. My first business that I started was a design and print shop. That's how I started entrepreneurship. I had a local print shop. I'm a graphic designer and I did, marketing and branding, right? So again, over time, I've dived into credit repair, did credit repair roughly about 3-4 years ago, realized I didn't want to do that anymore, and I tapped into funding. Funding was the best thing ever happening, right? It was hidden, like I didn't know about it, but when I was introduced to the funding business, it allowed me to scale, like I said, in conjunction with the credit repair. So after getting into it, like I said, just over time, I kind of just still offer funding. So the good thing is here, I understand the language as it relates to the funding. So I definitely can give you all insight. It's not just something that I've heard other people say, but it's things that I've experienced myself as it relates to growing a credit repair funding business, online business, essentially because nowadays a lot of people are running their businesses online. And I'm not going to say it's the easiest way to run a business, but it's the least cost effective, I would say, versus having brick and mortars. And I can honestly say I know the feeling behind that because again, I have a local print shop and an event space. So running an online business where you can work from home anywhere in the States is definitely a good way to be able to start generating revenue and growing your business. So whereas like I said, our one of my limiting beliefs at one point in time was I want to be behind the scenes. I'm an introvert. I don't want anybody to know me. But again, realizing that if I want to see those 6-figure, 7-figure amount of money being generated within my business, that I realized I had to get from behind the scenes and do what I needed to do to scale. So that's a little bit about me, and my purpose of being a part of the group again is to kind of help you all learn the foundation of starting to build your funnels and getting things automated as it relates to your online business. I think Ramel has joined and he's going to chime in just a little bit. And from there, we're going to start, and I'm going to share with you just a foundation of what you should start incorporating before even launching a funnel. Okay.
What's up? What's up, Millie? What's up? What's up?
Hey, what's up?
I'm out running around. I didn't make it home in time, so my apologies. But I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm super proud of each and every one of you, and I want to congratulate you for making the investment in yourself to learn how to start your own funding agency, right? That is how I want us to think over these next, really, this is a bonus class right now, right? We're going to really get started top of the year, but we want to kind of give y'all some runway so that you have some things to do and get set up so we can really hit the ground running top of the year. But you can generate a lot of capital with this funding agency. And I want us to have that mindset of that we're an agency, right? And the reason why I say that is because an agency doesn't just provide one service, right? Funding can be a component, but being able to have digital products, being able to offer credit repair, being able to offer consulting. How do we create multiple streams of income with one business model, right? That's the concept that we will be teaching you as we go. However, right, tonight is not about me, right? And I want y'all to understand that Millie, I'm so proud of her, right? Because when I first met Millie, it was in a mentorship, right? We both invested thousands of dollars to join this mentorship, and I knew nothing about digital marketing. So a lot of y'all like, oh, y'all see Mogul online, right? Y'all join the program, y'all see Mogul on a webinar. Literally, I invested $3,500 to join the mentorship. I knew nothing about online marketing. All I knew was about real estate and credit, because that's what I did. But I knew nothing about online marketing. And I put a post on Facebook. I said, hey, I'm looking to get some funnels, right? And Millie reached out to me, and she did my very first 2 funnels. And at some point, I'll show you how those funnels. She's like elevated times 10 since then, right? But that was like 3 years ago, I believe, 2 or 3 years ago. My credit repair funnel and my business funding funnel years ago. And now we're talking about 7 figures plus through these funnels. And I'm living proof of it, right? The reason why I'm sharing that is because you have to be able to be bold enough. I hear a lot of y'all saying, oh, I don't want to put my face out there. Oh, I don't want, like, I hear it. I'm like, but I'm going to challenge you, right? As your mentor over these next couple of months, you're not gonna like me every night. I'm just being honest with you. I'm gonna say some things that you're not gonna like, but it's what you need. Because if we truly want transformation, if we truly want impact, if we truly want income, we need to know that the gift is within us. The hack is within you. You need to put yourself out there. Period. Right? Yes, you could be faceless and you can have other people to run your brand and you can make money. But if you want to make the maximum amount of money, you literally have to put yourself out there, right? So I want everybody to just start wrapping their minds around it. And again, Millie was somebody who was who still is an expert in systems, right? And I want everybody to know system stands for saving yourself significant time, energy, and money. All right. System. If there are systems to success, that's it. It's not a secret to success. It's a system to success. And you need to hire the right experts. And Millie has been that expert for me when it comes to building out my funnels and really being able to have automations in place. So I'm just excited to be able to have her share her time with y'all. And I want y'all to show her that love and give her that support, because this is big for her to go from being behind the scenes, saying, all right, I'm going to be on the front and coach with you, right? I'm going to be on the front and do ads. That's a different ball game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited for her in this transformational journey. So I want y'all to, there's something, and everybody, they know, y'all mailbox millionaires, anybody that's in the mailbox, me like Mia, RJ, y'all know some things can't be taught, they got to be caught, right? So not only I want you to listen to what Millie is teaching you, but I want you to follow how she moves, right? Because she's also leading and building her brand and getting her face out there and doing all these great things, right? So super excited. Thank you, Millie. I know they're in for a treat because I know what you've done for me in my business. So I already know what's going to happen if you do the work. The last thing I'm going to say, y'all can have a beautiful funnel. Y'all can have all the automations because Millie's going to do it. It's going to be plug and play. But if you have a funnel and you have automations and you don't drive traffic, it means nothing. So I'm going to get into that over the next couple of weeks, right? We're going to get into driving traffic. We're going to get into all the strategies of funding, making sure that you can get most clients funded, whether it's bad credit, good credit, different strategies, upsell, downsell. We're going to talk about the banks. We're going to give you all the contact, but you have to drive traffic to your funnel. I just want to make that clear, because after Millie sets you up, get you right, y'all going to be looking like, okay, what's next? Let's go get the traffic. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to kind of be in the back. I'm going to cut like a Band-Aid. I'm listening and I'm paying attention. I'm going to pass it back to you, Millie. Thank you. Everybody that's tapped in with us, congratulations. And I promise you, look, this is an intimate, small group. So that's a beautiful thing, right? It's not 30, 40, 50 people. It's intimate, it's small, which means you can get the support that you need. But I need you to ensure that you take control of your success in this program. Like, don't fade to the back. Ask questions. We got the Telegram chat. Do the work in between classes. Take control of your success. We're going to do everything we can, but we also need you to take your journey and your success serious in this program. All right. With that being said, I'm going to pass it back to you, Billy. Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much, Ramil. Excuse me once again, everybody. I have been under the weather, been sick like for a week. So if y'all need me to repeat anything, just let me know. I know my voice is a little sketchy, But first thing first, like I said, once again, congratulations to everybody that have taken action and invested into themselves to be able to join this opportunity, to be able to start implementing certain things within your business, whether it's a new business, whether it's you're looking to create generational wealth, passive income for yourself, or whatever the case may be. You realize, hey, it's time for me to take that next level up, to be able to get to a certain level where I can live free, where I can live comfortable, where I can truly do the things that I desire, right? And again, having a funding business, funding agency is one of those opportunities that can definitely put you in a better position, okay? So, of course, tonight, like I said, we're going to go over the foundation of getting ready to actually launch a funnel, okay? So when we talk about a funnel, the whole purpose behind a funnel is to help you automate your business in a way where you can generate leads, sales, and also be able to get booked appointments and things of that sort, right? So one of the particular frameworks that we use as it relates to building or launching a funding business is what's called a VSL funnel, okay? And what a VSL is, it's a video sales letter. It's pretty much a video presentation, a video training that you put together where you're pretty much trying to sell your leads and the consumers on why they need to leverage your services. Okay, so before we get to, and like I said, once we get to the top of the year and we start the actual trainings, where we're going to show you how to, once you get the plug and play toolkit and everything, and we're going to walk you through how to set up the back end, how to set up your funnel, how to set up your systems. But before we get to that part, there's a foundation that has to be built. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I drop the link in the chat, which you all can use as we go throughout this training as a way to, as a reference and things that you can also work on until we get ready to actually start the class in January. Okay, so let me know if y'all can access that document. All right, awesome. So I'm going to go over a quick launch checklist for launching your funding business, okay? So again, the foundational stage to being able to build a funnel, build the foundation of not just the funnel, but your business within itself, right? So there's a few things that you actually need to know before being able to promote on social media, being able to build a funnel, being able to create content and things of that nature, right? So the foundation and just being able to understand the basics is to clarify your goals, okay? So when we talk about clarifying your goals, what do you want to actually achieve within your funding business, right? Or within that funnel that you're getting ready to launch. Again, the whole purpose of the funnel is to either generate leads, get book calls, close deals, and also to build your brand awareness, okay? So what is a funnel, or what is a VSL funnel specifically? It's a system using a video to educate and convert your viewers into customers. So I'm going to actually break down as we go throughout this checklist of what should be included within that VSL, and then what should also be included in your funnel. Okay. So again, when you're building the foundation of your funding business, you want to be able to clarify your goals. What are you trying to accomplish as it relates to your funding business? Okay. The second thing is you want to know your target audience. In order to be able to create content, in order to be able to convey a message, it's important to know your target audience and who you want to work with. So when it comes to identifying your target audience or defining your audience, three important things is, who are they, right? Are they considered a startup business, small business owners, entrepreneurs, right? So those are more general categories of people, right? You can go even deeper when we talk about your target audience. We can say we want to work with truckers. We can say we want to work with real estate investors. We can say we want to work with people in the beauty industry, cosmetologists, barbers. We could say we want to connect with educators, right? But it's important to know that who you want to work with and identify them, because once you identify your target audience, now it's easier to convey a message when you're starting to create content. Because when you create content and you're posting on, whether you're posting on Instagram, social, Facebook, TikTok, whatever platform you're comfortable with, whereas now you can, whether you're doing a faceless brand, right? But you still have, even if you're doing a faceless brand, you still got to be able to convey a message that will attract your ideal client. So the starting point of that is identifying your audience, okay? And once you identify that category of people, the next thing that you want to know is what are their pain points, okay? So I know you all are just getting started, so you may not have identified the target audience yet, but I just want somebody to kind of come off mute because I like to be able to do call and response. Y'all could talk back to me. It's perfectly fine, right? So I want somebody to volunteer and give me an ideal target audience of a particular group of people that you think you may want to work with.
How about it could be real estate agents, it could be credit repair companies who probably did what I did at the beginning, started without funding myself, end up hemorrhaging, so I might target them, understanding their pain points because I went through some of the same pains they went through.
Okay, so let me ask this question, Doc. So you say you want to target credit repair companies, real estate agents. How would you be able to, are you saying you want to target them as a way to help bring more revenue into their business, or you want to get them funding?
I want to get them funding to help bring them into higher revenue in their business.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good. So you can target and say, hey, it would be a little strange, I'm gonna be honest, because most credit repair people, I ain't gonna say most, I would say it's probably 50 to 60% of credit repair people that have bad credit, honestly. But you could call them out and say, hey, are you a credit repair business owner? They probably gonna be hiding, right? Because if they credit repair, they ain't gonna want to let you know if they got bad credit or they need funding.
Right.
So there may be like, oh, I don't know how that's gonna work. But you can always test it out. You say, hey, credit repair business owners, with the 700 plus credit score, do you need access to funding to grow your business, scale your business, or do whatever it is that you need to be able to move your business forward, right? So that's just an example of how once you identify your target audience, how you're gonna call them out, right? So you can also tell me, Doc, what is a pain point that you experience in your business or in life as being in the industry that you feel other people are experiencing as well?
Amen. I like it.
So what is a pain point that you think that may be?
Not, well, and I know it sounds redundant, but not funding myself first. Actually trying to start my credit repair business with my personal credit instead of getting business credit.
So I would say that's just like the foundation. That's not a pain point, right? So
okay.
What is a pain point? What is something that people are dealing with as relates to not having the funding or not having good credit?
They scores is constantly falling. Where they could profit from, they're not able to because their credit is bad. They're not able to get whether it's what we call them consolidation loans. They're not able to get anything because their credit is bad, and so eventually it drives them out of business.
Right. So I guess what I'm asking, Doc, is what specifically, why do we need funding as a business owner?
Scale.
To scale, right.
Right.
So we are leveraging our credit to get access to funding so that we can invest into marketing. We can invest into other streams of income. People that want to invest into real estate, for people who want to buy courses to get more education about their industry, for people who want to invest into funnels, for people who want to invest into systems, for people who need print marketing, branding, you know what I'm saying? So people are leveraging their credit to get the funding for those specific reasons. So when you don't have marketing, it's hard to scale. When you cannot invest into a mentor, it's hard to get the education to move your business
Okay.
forward. So those are things that are considered pain points. I'm a business owner, but I'm struggling. I cannot grow my business because I cannot buy the equipment that I need. I cannot buy the tools and the resources and mentors and
Okay.
invest into paid marketing so I can get seen, so I can get the more exposure on the internet. So those are like pain points.
So you saying basically call out specific reasons
Yeah,
that they can say, okay, he talking to me.
exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
I got it.
Once you can identify with them, so just for an example, right? Like I told you all earlier, I came from the credit repair and I started one business, which was graphic design printing, right? But then after getting deeper into entrepreneurship, I learned about the credit industry, so I started a credit business. After scaling my business to 6 figures within credit and funding, I decided, hey, I want to actually be able to help other credit repair people, other credit repair business owners do the same thing. But the reason why I chose that niche is because I understood the language. I was able to experience. I went through the highs and the lows, right?
Yeah.
Of experiencing what it really took to grow that credit repair and grow that funding business. So now that I'm creating my marketing, right? When I'm online creating videos, when I'm on whether it's TikTok, I mean not TikTok, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, I can create a message that will be relatable to the next person that experienced the same thing,
Right.
right?
Okay.
So now
Okay.
when you're talking, you speaking directly to somebody like, hey, I can relate to that. Right.
Okay.
So
So it's
now
really
yeah, go ahead.
it's really me identifying, like you said, what I've been through and being real graphic and to the point of what that is instead of generally.
Exactly. Because
Okay.
how you go once you get to the point that you're creating content and you're trying to get leads and things like that, it's good to be able to have a message that people can relate to. Right? We can go online and we can talk about here's how to get your credit fixed. I can show you how to get the inquiries removed. I can show you how to get the late payments removed. But if people don't see the benefit in that,
Right.
it's just going to go right over their heads. So
Mm.
instead of doing it in that way, you create you create a what's called a hook, right? A hook,
Mhm.
a story, and a call to action. So your story is going to relate to their situation, their current desires, their current pain, their current problem. And now you're giving them a solution, and that's your call to action, right?
Okay.
So if I go and create a video and say, hey, um, 10 years ago, just hypothetically speaking, right? You because the good thing is you want to share your journey, right? Hey, I was
Mhm.
struggling with credit, right? For me, when I was doing credit repair, I talked about how one, I didn't have bad credit, but
Mhm.
I didn't have a strong credit profile. So when I
Mm.
went to apply to get my first credit card, I was 25 years old. I needed to be able to take care of my mom who was dying from cancer,
Mm.
and I quit my job to take care of her, but I was, depleting all my funds, so I wanted
Mhm.
to get a credit card. At that, no, I wasn't 25, I was 23. I'm sorry. Uh,
Mhm.
so I used to tell this story so people could understand. Hey, you may not have bad credit, but in this case, you don't have credit at all, right?
Right. Right.
So these are the reasons why you may be dealing with life challenges. You may be dealing with certain things in your life. So the benefit behind getting your credit is you can have access to funds. You can get the things that you need them when you're dealing with these life challenges.
What was your hook on that?
I don't know. It's almost 5 years ago. I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay. Okay. I love the story though. I do.
I don't know. But how you going to relate and start to attract people is through your story, through your
Got it.
journey.
Okay.
So that's just
It's,
an example. So once you identify that target audience, and I always say choose a lane that you can relate to, right? Choose a lane,
okay.
something that you're familiar with, something that you're educated on, and something that you can personally identify with yourself as well.
Amen.
If you are in a position where you say, hey, I don't quite know what my target audience is going to be, then that's perfectly fine. You can specifically target business owners and entrepreneurs, right? Business owners and entrepreneurs that is looking to scale their business, but you don't have access to the funds, right? So let me give you a solution on how you can get access to 50K, how you can get access to 100K, right? So that's the session, like I said, starting to build the foundation of your business, knowing your target audience. Okay. Any questions before I move on? We got a lot of people in here with cameras off. I just want to make sure y'all listening. I'm gonna do a Q&A, see who get the answers correct. Any questions?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay, awesome. All right, so step 3 of building the foundation of your funding business is creating your offer. Okay. Once you identify your target audience, it's now time to create your offer. So you want to identify what you're selling. In this case, we're selling a service. Okay. So how do you craft your irresistible offer? Okay, you want to clearly state the problem that you solve, right? And for an example, that's I help business owners secure 50 to 100K in funding in 30 days or less. That's just an example, right? Your problem could be like for me, within my funding business and my marketing agency, I'm creating a new offer that says I help coaches, consultants, and service providers get access to 250K in funding to build a profitable automated online system. So what is the problem that I'm solving? I'm helping them get access to the funds because what are the 2 things that most business owners need? Can y'all tell me? What's the 2 biggest things that a business owner needs to be able to actually scale?
Fund and marketing.
Money and marketing.
Right on.
Access to funds.
So that is the problem that I'm solving. I'm helping them first get the access to the money. Then I'm going to help them actually launch their automated marketing system. So I'm solving 2 problems in this case. So once you identify your target audience, then you can identify, you think a little bit deeper, like, okay, what is the problem that I truly want to solve for these individuals? Yes, we want to help them get the money. That's just surface level, right? But how is this money going to help them? Right? It's going to either help them, if you want to help startups, it's going to help them start a business, right? Help them launch the business, help them scale the business. If you're thinking, okay, I want to help real estate investors, right? How would money help a real estate investor? It helps them increase their the properties they can buy. They don't have to come out of pocket. They don't have to be limited on purchasing multiple properties, the types of properties, whether it's commercial, whether it's a single family, was multi-units, right? If they have the capital, they can do more, right? So you identify what is the problem that you're solving for your ideal target audience, okay? Once you identify the problem that you solve, then you want to create your result and your outcome. Well, we know the outcome is technically they're going to get approved for the funding because we're positioning them to get the funding, whether you're helping them fix their credit first, whether you're connecting them with the lenders and helping them build the business structure, right? So these are just these are things that you need to know, and this is going to help you when it comes to the point of you talking about your business through marketing and through funnels and things like that, okay? So your target audience and creating your offer. Any questions about the offer? Any questions about the offer? I guess we have no questions. So I'm gonna give you all one. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, so I guess the offer itself is not the money, but the ability to access the money. That's our offer to solve their problem, to solve their pain point, correct?
Correct. So yes. So the offer is pretty much what are you providing in exchange for a service, right? Or in exchange for a transformation, I'll say. Okay? Because when you think about it, the offer could be before we determine the product or a service, But in this case, we know it's a service, right? We have to identify the problem that we're solving. Once you can identify the problem that you're solving, you now can create your unique programs and things like that, or products centered around the problem that you're solving for someone. Does that make sense? I'm gonna look for something for you all so I can.
Yes, it does make sense.
Okay, perfect. So I want somebody to volunteer and tell me, what do you think will be, first tell me an example of what you feel like you want your target audience to be, and what do you feel the problem that you're solving for them is.
I got it.
Go ahead.
Target audience is new startup entrepreneurs and helping them basically take off running with the funding. So most likely they'll need capital to, I don't know, get a brick and mortars to, start their business setup, depending on what they're doing.
Okay, say that one more time, RJ. Okay,
So
your
basically,
audience.
help them get the capital. So most of them don't know how to properly set up their articles of organization, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I would just take them from step one, so making sure they have all their ducks in a row in terms of articles of organization, then get the funding to continue to scale their business that they want to start.
Okay. So what are you saying your problem is that you're solving? I'm sorry.
Just getting started. The startup people just don't know how to get started in order to get funding. Period.
I wouldn't say that's a problem for someone, because first they have to see. Okay, so let me just backtrack. You're saying that startup businesses that are struggling or may not know how to structure their business. That's what you said, right?
Right.
Okay. First we got to go a little bit deeper, right? Because a startup company maybe need to identify a little bit deeper as to why they want to first start a business, right? And why they haven't started that business. Most people haven't started because they don't have the funds, right?
The funds, yeah.
But then let's go a little bit deeper. Why don't they have not to say that why don't they have the funds, but why they want to start a business? Why do they see the need and the importance of starting a business?
Basically creating more time for themselves, financial freedom, more time with their family, or just waking up, just be able to do whatever they want to do, not being strapped to a 9 to 5 docile environment, nowadays that people call it.
Right. So those are all good, right? So let's say, for example, we took that very statement that you said and say, hey, are you someone that's stuck behind a desk and feel trapped within your 9 to 5, but you want to start a business and you don't know how? Or you want to start a business, but you don't have access to the capital? Let me show you how to be able to create generational wealth, passive income, or just enough money, right, to generate by leveraging your credit and getting access to the funds that you need to go start and generate more revenue for your business, so that you can create time freedom, so that you can really live the life that you desire, or you know what I'm saying. So those are just ways that you can, once you identify, you have to. So it's not about they don't know how to start a business, or it's not about they don't know how to create the business structure. We have to go deeper into why they want these funds, why they want to start a business, what are they thinking about on a day-to-day basis, right? So once we go deeper and we really think about, okay, identify what they can attract to that message. You can convey a message. So those are the problems that we're solving. The problem that we're solving is helping somebody to leave a job where they feel trapped and start a job and create revenue for their business. So we're gonna help them get 50K. We're gonna help them get 100K.
And funding.
Right. So thank you so much. That was good though.
Yeah, I was struggling there a little bit.
No problem. Anybody else want to go?
You know, I'm scared it's off the block.
Don't
Yeah, I'll
be
go.
scared. I got you.
All right, so I'm going to be working with the real estate investors, and the problem is access to money and giving them an opportunity to not need to use private lenders or hard money lenders, or becoming their own private lender or hard money lender. So by going through the program with me, it'll allow for me to give them access to funds so that they'll be able to buy more deals quicker without needing permission, and also get full money return instead of having to split your profits with somebody else.
Yes.
Perfect. So one of those statements that you said is, let me show you how you can get a full return, right, on your investment. And you break that down and you explain to them how they could do that by leveraging their credit and get access to the funds that they need, right? Why do a real estate investor needs more funds, right? So they're not limited on the amount of purchases they can make, right? They can get full return, right?
And speed.
Speed, right? The amount of time they can, actually get the funds to also renovate the property faster, right? They don't got to sit on the property. They don't have to buy the property, then sit on it and try to go out and make more money in order to get that property up and running. Now they have the money to do so. So now you can, like you said, it's a faster process to be able to go from buying, if they reselling it or whatever the case may be, or putting it back on the market. It's not a 6 month to a year process. They can get it done in the matter, depending on their contracts, of course. But as it relates to the money part, you can get it done in 2 to 3 months, let's just say, for example. So when you start to market the markets, you would talk about those problems that they are facing, and hey, here's my solution. I'm gonna help you get the money. So yeah, those are good as well. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any questions about that? Would anybody else like to go? All right, cool, no problem. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next step. So we already covered. I want y'all to drop in the chat. What 3 things or 2 things have we already covered? You have to drop it in the chat. I wanna see if everybody's listening. Because I'm over here losing my voice, so I want to know y'all listening. What are the 2 things we talked about already? So building the foundation of your business. Know your target audience. Awesome. Thank you, RJ. And creating your offer. Awesome. So when it comes to creating your offer, what is the biggest thing that you want to know that will help you craft that offer? What is the biggest thing that you need to know to craft your offer?
I would say, like any sales, knowing their pain point so you can directly target exactly what they need instead of feeding them some generic mess, because that may not hit as cleanly and make them have them what do they call that? Have them have that feeling for call to action.
Mm-hmm. Correct. So the biggest thing when it comes to creating your offer is knowing the problem that you solve. Okay, knowing the problem that you solve. Knowing the problem that you solve and your outcome and your result that you're going to provide. So an example of that is when you're writing what's called an I help statement, okay? When you're in the process of writing your offer, and I'm gonna give you a template for that, right? When you're writing what's called an I help statement, what you wanna do is you're gonna write, I help your target audience. I'm gonna put this on the screen for you all. Hold on 1 second. So one of the basic frameworks that I use when writing my offer statement or what's called a value, it's kind of multiple different ways you can say it, but the basic framework that I use when writing this, what's called an I help statement, is this right here, and I'm gonna share it on the screen. It's pretty much the first two things that we already talked about. Your target audience, right? I help client, right? Your specific client. You can also call this target audience. Uh-oh, I spelled that so wrong, Jesus. Achieve a certain outcome within a certain time frame. So an example of that is, I think RJ, you said startups, right? I help startup businesses. You could say achieve, you could say secure, you could say unlock. The outcome is 50K, right? You could say 100K, right? And if we're doing 0% interest funding, and then you will put your time frame, right? You could say in 30 days or less. Some people can say 10 days, 14 days, 7 days, right? Is whatever time frame you know within yourself specifically, once you have developed your processes on how long it takes you to effectively and successfully fund your client. So as you all, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So I got a question for you. What is the average time that we're looking at when it comes to funding somebody? Let's say they got all the qualifications. And they hit us up on our funnel, and then from I guess from funnel coming through, you running them through the gambit, and then getting them funded. What's the average day or average time frame it should take to do that?
It really depends on what that client is looking to achieve, right? You can get a client 100K in a night. If the client came in ready, fully qualified, all his or her ducks in a row, you go to work for that client that night, you can hit 4 to 5 banks, 0% interest credit card lenders. You can get 50 to 100K in a night. But you don't want to tell the client, I'm gonna get it for you in 24 hours. You want to, because sometimes you can get the approvals, but then you got to wait for the client to get the cards. And then sometimes you have to wait for the credit card companies or the lenders to approve the application. You may not get an instant approval. So if you are a seasoned, I think Royalty is on this call. Is she still here? She could probably tell you too. I would say on a more seasoned level person, probably 7 to 14 business days. You could probably get it done in 3, honestly. Is Royalty still on the call? Let me see. She's still here.
Yeah, she's still here.
I'm gonna let her chime in real quick. Let me see. And it really depends. Like if you're going for 0% interest credit cards, if you're going for loans, lines of credit, like I had a client, we got applied for the application, got 117,000 on one lender. Now, if that's all the client needed, we're done. We don't have to go and apply for more applications, right? So that's why I say it also depends on what the client needs, right, and what they want. If they want a loan, you find the best lender that can give them the loan with the best interest rates, of course. And like I said, one client, we was able to get 117,000. That's all she wanted. She was done. I don't need nothing else. Right? Then we have people that say, I want 0% interest cards. So now we got to get the lenders. Once you get your sequence and everything together, right? You can go. Chase is the biggest one right now. They're giving 50, 75K on a card as long as you meet the data points, of course. Right? Again, it all depends on what the client wants. If they want 250K, then you can build out your sequence and get them that 250K. Some lenders, like I said, will take, you may not. So when I first started a few years ago, a lot of these applications, you can get instant approvals. Some of them, with the way times is changing, they're not really giving you the instant approvals like that. Not all. Some are still getting instant approvals. But some you have to go through your regional managers and bankers and stuff like that. So that's why people put a time frame, 7 days, 14 days, 30 days. And then depending on the client, somebody may come in, may have a 700 credit score, right? But you may need to structure their credit profile a little bit more. They may need primary accounts. They may need trade lines to beef their profile up. So that's where people start to incorporate certain processes and certain systems to make sure that their client is properly structured to kind of guarantee almost those approvals as well. So I wouldn't say there is a right or wrong answer on your time frame. It's all about how you build your program and you structure your system.
Okay. And then the other question I have along the same lines is that if we get somebody a loan, let's say they're looking for a loan, how do we get paid off a loan? Because it's not the same as getting, somebody a credit line and they can just charge the credit line our 10%.
So for me, I know we'll talk about this as we go deeper into the program. You invoice your client. Whatever those approvals are, if they get 50K on credit cards and they get 100K on loans, that's 150K. You still charge them your 10% and you just send them an invoice. So it doesn't matter really where they got the approvals at, credit cards, loans, or lines of credit, they still pay you. They can pay you out of the loan, they can pay you from the credit card, or whatever the case may be. You can offer multiple way or payment methods. They can Zelle you, they can wire you, they can pay you via invoice or whatever.
Thank you.
All right, cool. So let's go back to the framework. Let me share my screen. All right, cool. So again, the basic framework is I help a specific client, target audience, right? Achieve a specific outcome within a certain time frame. So this is how you will write your basic framework, and you will typically use that you can put that statement on your Instagram page. Once you start building out your social media platforms, you'll optimize your bio and you'll put that particular statement in your Instagram bio. Okay. All right, perfect. So the next thing would be creating a simple 3-step framework in your process. And we kind of just talked about that, right? In order to create this process, you want to pretty much, excuse me, you pretty much want to simplify your process on what it is that you're doing or what is it you're going to do to be able to get that client funded, right? So the more general base or general way or basic way to create that 3-step framework is, we all know the client, the client first have to have a strong credit profile, right? You're going to help them understand their credit report and fix the issues. Like I was saying, some people, the goal here is to get clients with the 700 credit score, but there may be a case where they have that, but you need to add a trade line. So you're going to consult them and saying, hey, I looked at your credit profile, you're good with the scores, but your profile is thin. So let's go ahead and, add some trade lines, add some primaries, or whatever the case may be, right? So that's where you consult them and analyze their credit report. So this is just one step, an example of a step that you can add to your framework or your process, right? The next step is you're going to access the capital. You're going to show them how to qualify and apply for funding. So in this case, you may need to build their business profile, not business credit profile, but maybe they need a business email. Maybe they need a business website. So you can take them through that process as well. Okay. Thirdly, you're going to help them grow their business by providing funding strategies for scaling their business. Okay. So this is not something that you have to have specifically. This is just an example of how to create that 3-step framework. Okay. And then just to go a little bit deeper about how to create that 3-step framework, the main purpose of this is to identify, like we talked about earlier, how to you want to identify the main outcome or goal of this process, right? So you want to ask yourself, what is the biggest result or transformation that I want my clients to achieve through this process? Okay, so an example could be, I want to help them access 100K in business funding, right, to build a scalable marketing system. I want to help them access 100K in business funding to buy more real estate investments or invest into real estate, right? I want to help them access 100K in funding to create more time freedom or to start their business, to generate passive income. Right, I know like Ramel, his thing is he helps people create cash flowing businesses, right? So let me help you get access to 100K in funding to create a cash flowing business. Let me help you get access to 100K in funding to invest into commercial real estate so that you can create generational wealth, right? So that's the transformation. That's the biggest result, okay? Again, that's also the problem that you're solving. Once we identify that main outcome or goal, when it comes to this 3-step process, we want to define each step in the process. So typically it could be 3 steps. In some cases, you can add a 4th step, right? So step 1 is all about the preparation or the foundational step. Step 2 is about the implementation or the build out phase. And then thirdly is the activation or connection step. Okay, does that make sense, everybody? Let me know if it's overwhelming. Let me know if y'all grasping what I'm saying. All right, awesome. So after you create that 3-step framework, you want to give it a unique name, right? Something that's catchy, something that represents who you are. Like I see, I think I'm gonna say her name right, Sadari, right? She has her hashtag, I guess this is her Instagram, the Wealth Goddess, right? So let's just say she wanted to take the Wealth Goddess and create that and incorporate that into her 3-step framework. So an example of that could be the Wealth Goddess funding blueprint, right? The Wealth Goddess pathway to success, the Wealth Goddess accelerator, right? Something that's nice and unique that will convey a message, yes, but also break down and speak to what is your process is about, right? So sometimes you can include your business name. Like I'm looking at somebody's logo, I think this says Dominionaires, right? Dominionaires funding pathway or Dominionaires funding blueprint, right? That's just an example, okay? So that's the next step, right? Create your 3 simple step process, and then you create a name, right? Something memorable people can remember, something unique, something creative, okay? Questions about that? Any questions about creating the 3-step framework or unique name?
So I thought we weren't supposed to use the words like money or financing or financial or finances or anything in our names because trying to get funding, actually, yeah.
So this particular name that I'm referring to is not your business name. It's your process on how you're going to get your clients funded that you will use in your online marketing, on your funnels and things of that sort, right? So let's just say like the name of my business is Be Encouraged Enterprises, right? That's for the legal side, and like you said, if you're trying to get funding for your own business. But online, I'm using something totally different that represents my offer. And I'll show you an example. Give me 1 second. So you can see a visual of what I'm saying. So the name again is I'm not referring to your business name essentially, but more so referring to like your offer name and the unique name that you're going to create for your 3-step process on how you're going to get your clients funded. Does that make sense, DeMarcus?
Yeah. You're not
So
going to use one online to create funding. It's just your alter ego, so to speak.
yeah, pretty much. Because like for me, depending on what I'm doing, when you learn about funnels and online marketing, you're gonna always need a funnel for something, right? And what you're gonna realize is people are going to use different names to kind of, it's a word I'm looking for, to kind of enhance or what they're creating, if that makes sense, right? So for like right now, as I was telling you all about the offer that I'm creating, how you can get my 4-step process to unlock $250K in funding to build a profitable automated marketing system and dominate your market, right? That's my offer. The name of my offer is, where is it at? The Dominate and Grow Formula, right? And in my Dominate and Grow Formula, there's 4 main steps, right? And I'll show you another one just to kind of give you an example, another example. Let me see. So here's another example. Unlock 150K in 0% interest funding to buy, flip, and profit from real estate. A proven 3-step framework to secure funding, maximize equity, and profit from property investments. Okay. The name of his framework or his process is the Equity Profits Pathway, right? And in the Equity Profit Pathway, he has a 3-step framework for real estate investors to maximize profits and streamline their funding process. But the name of his business is something else. I can't think of it at the moment. But this is not necessarily pertaining to what you creating your LLC around, if that makes sense. I'm gonna show you another one. By the way, these are examples of the funding funnels. So hers is secure 50K in business funding in 90 days, even without proof of income. A proven 3-step blueprint to unlock funding, build credit, and achieve your entrepreneurial dreams starting today. The name of her framework is the 3-step Valentine funding blueprint. I think that's how you pronounce that. Right? So it's not necessarily, again, your business name, but it's a name that you want to create that identifies what your 3-step process or your 3-step blueprint or framework is on how you're going to get your clients funded. That's going to solve a problem and create a transformation for your ideal client. Does that make sense, everybody?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. All right, cool. So let's see if we can wrap this up because I know y'all probably like, oh my God, this is a lot of information. But essentially, I know that Ramel was saying that this was a bonus call to kind of get you all started and thinking, get your juices running. So that when we do come back in January, some of these preliminary and foundational things you all can have together, because once we get back my session that we're going to have on each week is going to be everybody open up your laptops. We're going to build the funnel. Okay, that's what it's going to be. Everybody open up your laptops. We're going to set up these automations. Okay, so we want to have these foundational pieces already together, and you know what your offer is going to be. You have identified your target audience, and you have these things, your hooks and stuff already together. Okay, so that we can hit the ground running. Y'all can end this program, starting to create content. We're gonna talk about traffic. We got a lot of things in store for y'all, okay? All right, cool. So the next thing is, once you identify your target audience, your frameworks, your offer, now it's all about the message, okay? So we taking everything that we just built and now using that to build a message, to write and convey a message, okay? That's the whole purpose of doing all of those first 5 steps. So now you want to create a hook, okay? So a hook could be an example of struggling to secure business funding. Learn how I secured 100K in 30 days, right? Are you an entrepreneur with a 700 credit score that is drowning in, that wants to create time freedom, but you don't know how? Let me give you my exact 3-step process that's going to allow you to create time freedom and get access to 50K in funding. That's like a hook, okay? And we're going to use that hook and that headline on your funnel. So everything we just talked about, your target audience, that goes into creating your hook. Your offer goes into creating your hook. Your 3-step framework goes into creating the hook, okay? And in that hook, again, we want to highlight the problem, the solution, and give them a call to action. Okay? Another example is, even if you incorporated storytelling, right? I use this exact system to go from 0 to 100K in business funding, even with a low credit score. I know Ramel has resources on how you can get personal funding with less than perfect credit. So I'm sure he's going to be teaching you all that as well. So the thing here, like I was talking about, is taking your story, make it relatable, identify those problems, highlighting the solution and your transformations, and it all goes into creating that most important thing, which is that hook and that headline that's going to go on your funnel. Okay. So wrapping it up, lastly is the actual funnel. So there's like 5 pages that makes up this particular funnel that we will be creating, okay? It's an opt-in page, right? The opt-in page is where you're going to give something, an offer for free, which in this case is going to be the video presentation that you all will be creating, okay? The video presentation, you're giving it away, and in that video presentation, you're going to be breaking down your exact 3 to 4 step process. You're going to be telling your story, giving your journey, and you're going to be explaining to them why this is a solution and how this is going to create a transformation for them. So we're going to give that away. So on the opt-in page, right, what that is just a page where people are going to come and they're going to put their personal information, their name, their email, and their phone number, right? And they're giving you this data in exchange for giving them something. So in this case, we're giving them away a video presentation. We can add a bonus and say, hey, I'm going to give you this video training, plus I'm going to give you access to my funding toolkit, right? So the headline and the hook that we talked about on this opt-in page, we're going to say, learn the exact steps that I use to get access to 100K in 30 days, right? They're going to click on the button, they're going to put the information, they're going to get, and now it's going to take them to the VSL page, which is the page where the video presentation will be hosted. Okay. Does that make sense, everybody? So once we go from the opt-in page to the VSL page, we're now going to take them to an application page. So now the goal is here, we want to get qualified leads, which is why we are calling out our ideal client. Hey, are you a startup business with a 700 plus credit score? We only want you on this funnel if you have a 700 credit score. We only want you to fill out this application if you have a 700 credit score. We only want you to book a call with me if you have a 700 credit score, right? So once they go to the application, you want to create at least 10 questions or less that will qualify or disqualify that lead. For example, one main question that we all know to ask is, do you have a 700 credit score? Or what is your credit score? If they check that their credit score is less than 700, that will disqualify them from being able to move to the next phase, which is booking the call. Because again, we only want qualified people on the call with us. Okay? So once the application in the system determines that they qualify and they meet the criteria, then they will be able to book a call with you, so it routes them to the calendar page. Once they book a call, now it takes them to the thank you page where you share the next steps with them. So that's pretty much the breakdown of what the funnel will look like, or what the funnel entails, and the key components of how you're going to go from a qualified lead to them booking a call, and now you conducting a consultation with them. Okay. Now, some of you all may be wondering, we'll talk about this later, right? What do you do with those leads that are unqualified? So in this case, if you have a lead that comes in and they just still go through the process of filling up their application and it determines that they're unqualified, you can offer other resources to them, like Ramel mentioned earlier, right? Digital products. We're creating an agency, so we're not just specifically offering funding. You can offer additional resources like credit repair. You can offer digital products, courses, build a community where you're teaching people how to get the funding, you're teaching people how to get the credit and things in tech so they can qualify for funding. So you can downsell them into other programs and things that you want to put together. I think someone mentioned earlier they purchased the DIY credit repair software. You can use that as a way to generate monthly recurring revenue. So these are things that it takes, that you want to incorporate and implement as it relates to building the foundation of your business. Okay. So I'm gonna just go quickly over the checklist again, and then I'm gonna just see if there's any final questions, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. And we'll see you all on the next call. Okay. So lastly, the quick launch checklist, and these are things that I want you all to start working on over the course of the Christmas break and before we come back to our next call, because I would love for you all to have this stuff already together, okay? So we want to define the target audience, right? That's number one. Create a clear, irresistible offer, number two. You want to develop your 3-step framework, right? And create a unique name for your 3-step framework, right? And then this is where you want to also write your compelling message, which is going to include your hooks. These are the first 3 things, 1, 2, 3, 4 things that I want you all to have done when we come back to our next class. If we have these things done, we can start working on the funnel. Okay? All right, sounds good. Any questions?
When's our next class?
It's sometime in January. I don't know the exact date. We'll have to get that from Ramel. I think it's like the first or second week. I'm not 100% sure. All
Great
right.
job. Great job.
Any final questions? So I'm gonna put somebody on the spot because I don't think I heard from them all night. I don't know who this is exactly. I think they changed their name. Increasing by Faith Ministries. Who's that?
Yeah, that's Doc. I had to come outside because I got somebody working on a van, so I had to switch and leave my computer.
Oh, okay. Like, who's it? I've seen this name all night. Okay, no problem. All right, cool. So that wraps up tonight's session. I'm going to drop this document inside the group chat again. I'm going to post the homework for everybody also. Again, please have that done. Start thinking about those things so that when we get ready to rock and roll come January, we're coming here to pretty much start our funnel build out, okay? If you don't, and if you haven't already registered for the system, please do so also so that you'll have that ready come January as well. Okay. Do we have any last questions? Any clarification, questions, concerns? Millie, I love you, by the way. No, I'm just playing.
Millie, I love you, by the way, but I do.
Thank you.
Would you recommend that we go ahead and start a new, if we have businesses already, would you recommend we start a brand new business, maybe LLC with this particular in it to start to do all our work in?
Ask that question again so I can make sure I'm understanding.
So let's say we have other businesses that are running that are not the same as this funnel. They're just other random businesses. Do you recommend start a new LLC for this particular endeavor, or do we use something we've already built underneath that name?
For this business, you can and you cannot. Because I'm gonna be honest, when I started my funding company, I don't still to this day don't have a separate LLC for it. I'm just being honest. I run everything that I do under my main business, which is called Be Encouraged Designs. And my accountant knows how to do the rest. So if you want to create a separate LLC specifically for this business, you can. But for me, I will probably get started from like go on social media and start telling people, hey, I can help you get funding, start promoting the business, telling people about the business, learn all the information that you need to learn, do your education, and start putting it out there. Because we know how things go. We get excited, we get started, we get to create LLCs, we get to doing all these different things, and then 3 months down the road, we don't want to do it no more. Right? So that's why I say get started, get in the trenches of doing it, start putting in that grit work, and then if you want to go legalize the business, you can. Because you don't have to have an LLC technically under this particular to offer the service online. That's the best way I can explain it. Again, all I did was created for marketing online purposes, I created a DBA on my website to offer the service. So again, my main business is Be Encouraged Designs. I operate under Be Encouraged Enterprises for social media purposes. And I also created a separate brand name. So Be Encouraged Blueprint is what the name of my Instagram page is when I'm trying to get my funding clients. So again, you can, it's all up to you. If you want to legalize the business, you can absolutely do that. I'm not sure who that was that asked that question though, but yeah. And if you're trying to get funding for yourself, I don't know if that was piggybacking off that question too. Then yeah, of course you need an LLC. You can use an existing LLC. Even when I started funding my business, again, I funded everything under my one LLC, which would be Encouraged Designs. Another thing somebody asked me earlier is do you need to incorporate funding, credit, financing, all of those different things in your business name? Do not include that in your business name when you create the LLC, because it's this type of business is considered a risky industry. So you go for funding, you're going to get declined. Also, if you're trying to create merchant accounts and things like that, they will reject you. So luckily for me, like I was just telling you, my main business is Be Encouraged Designs. When I decided that I wanted to do credit repair and funding, I already had an existing merchant account with QuickBooks, so I didn't have to go out and get another one because I pretty much operated that business under one umbrella, if that makes sense. And like for me, like I was saying, when I got in financial literacy, I just went crazy. I got funding. I went and bought 8 vehicles, started a car rental company, and just doing all kinds of stuff. But yeah, you can definitely, if you choose to go legalize the business to get it going, you can. You don't need it to get started. Just being honest with you, you can start promoting your business today and saying, hey, I help people with funding. And the good thing is you can start taking people through your journey. If you're new to social media, you haven't quite don't know how to create content and all that yet, just start taking people. It's all about, creating that personal experience and letting people know what it is that you're doing and the journey that you're going down, right? So that's a good way to start as well. All right. Any questions?
I got one more if no one else is gonna go.
Okay, go ahead.
So let's say we're trying to do the faceless to start off with. How would you generate people if we're not going to be utilizing our own personal private Facebook page and social media pages? How would you recommend, or how do we go about generating interest and people to come to our funnels?
That's a good question. That is a good question. I personally don't recommend
Other
creating
questions weren't good.
Huh?
So what? My other questions weren't good.
No, they were all good. But this one specifically because I personally don't recommend creating a financial company that deals with people's financials and you're trying to go faceless because it's going to, I haven't seen people doing this and they're creating a faceless brand offering funding unless you are a big company, right? So I definitely recommend pull back the layers, go ahead and get in front of that camera. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be easier because people do business with people who they trust. And if they can't see your face, they don't know you, it's gonna be a little bit hard, I'll be honest. But I personally have not seen it. There may be some face companies out there. I don't know. But if that's the route that you want to take, I will start learning more about the branding for faceless businesses and faceless content and stuff like that, and start diving deeper into
I
it.
guess my concern is that people who know me, or sorry, I want to say, yeah, I'll say me. People, let's say somebody knows me and knows my past and what I've been through and what I'm gone through and what my past was, might get turned off and not want to invest or give me the opportunity to work with them. So I guess that's my question on how I build
This is what I'm gonna say. Social media has 1 billion users plus, right? Our business is not about the people in our inner circle. That's why we leverage social media to build our businesses. Because the people we think may support us may not be our customers. They may not be the ones that's going to support your business. So that's why we leverage social media so that we can gain as much exposure as we can to bring in those leads, to generate the traffic, and to get clients. Because it's not about the people that live in our local vicinity, that lives down the street from us, around the corner, the people we grew up with. It's about the people that like, know, and trust you as they get to know you and you build that brand online. Like Ramel said, I met him through investing into a mentorship program. Never heard Ramel, never met him a day in my life. And that was at the top of like end of 2019. We got into that program. I think he became a customer of mine in 2020. So almost going on 5 years, top of the year. And we're still doing business together. Many others, I've been able to build that online business, online brand, and get customers and clients, not through my family or friends and people I grew up with.
which makes sense because he's in New York and I'm in St. Louis, and I've never met this man before in my life, but yet I've still invested time, energy, and money into him and what I'm trying to build here. So I mean, that does make sense. So I guess we're going to have to spend some money on marketing, on Facebook marketing ads, on targeted ads, on something. There's going to be some kind of investment we're going to need to put in there.
Yes. Many of my coaches I have yet to see face to face. I have a coach that lives in Finland. I finally got a chance to meet him last year. It was one of the marketing companies that we do business with, Go High Level, at that conference. I finally met him in person. But before meeting him in person, I paid him thousands of dollars. I have another coach that lives on the other side of the world. I paid him close to $10,000-$12,000. Never seen him in face to face. Still haven't met him in person. I personally have not even met Ramel in person yet. Just now to think about it. So many of your customers and your clients will be people you absolutely do not know, and this is why we have the benefit of social media. And this is why I say people do business with those they like, know, and trust. And how do you build up the like, know, and trust factor? You do that by sharing your story, sharing your journey, creating a message that will be relatable to them. Right? That's why I said we gotta pull back the layers and let people get to know who we are. I had to do the same thing. I ain't want to. Like, before social media came rolling around, knocking on my door by COVID time, before COVID, I ain't know nothing about creating content videos. What? I'm a graphic designer. What y'all talking about? Like, I don't want to create videos. I used to tell my coaches that all the time when I finally understood the reason and the need for getting a coach. My first coach was the program that me and Ramel invested into that year. I didn't know, prior to that, I didn't know mentorships, mentors, coaches. I didn't know anything about that. And when COVID hit, we had to start creating video content. All I knew was Facebook. Let me go make a post and say, hey, I got t-shirts. I can create you a branding flyer. I can create you a logo. That's all I knew, you know? But as time went on, you gotta build a brand. You gotta talk to people. I don't want to talk to nobody. Just text me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I was coming from. Today, I'm still kind of like that, but I'm a little bit better. I've grown, I'm gonna say, right? There's still times I'd be like, well, could you just send me a text message? I don't want to be on Zoom today, like, you know? But I realize that's what we have to do in today's time. Right? And there's like one of my biggest videos that went viral on Instagram was me telling my story. It hit over 3 million views. Now, none of my other videos did that, but just this one, telling my story, over 3 million views.
Well, you're famous.
I don't know about that, but yeah. So yeah, people wants to know who you are, what it is you represent, things of that sort. Yeah. So yeah, I would love to be behind the camera trying to create videos. It's a little bit harder. I at one point early in the year I tried to create another because people was talking about faceless videos, faceless brands. You can create a faceless Instagram page. I did that. I tried to create a faceless account. I was like, let me just go ahead and get this little camera ready. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead and put what I. And the thing is, nowadays it's easy to create the faceless. You don't necessarily. I mean, not faceless. It's easy to create the videos. You don't have to be on camera talking to your camera all the time. You can create like your behind the scenes. Like sometimes I'll create me walking to the grocery store, walking to the store, me sitting in my car, me sitting at my computer. You know what I'm saying? Me at the mall, me on vacation, and then I'll take those footages and I'll put words and stuff on the screen. Like, it's really easy to create the content now. Of course, I mix it up. I'll do that type of content, but then I'll also take some time. I'll put my message together, put my script together, and I'll use a teleprompter and I'll talk to the camera. And I mix it up. But the video that went viral of me telling my story was me not sitting on the camera, talking to the camera, telling my story. It was me on a cruise for my 30-something birthday. I'm not telling you my age. But it was like a few years ago, me on a cruise. I took videos of me sitting at the dining table, me on the beach, whatever I was doing. And I said, you know what, this is the opportunity, I'm gonna tell my story. Like, and I think I did that like maybe a year later. I was like, you need to tell your story. Okay, how can I do this? Because I don't feel comfortable doing it talking, right? So I took all these pieces of videos, clips out of my phone of me on that cruise, and I put it together. And I literally took my time and wrote out segments of my story on the video in text form. And then in the caption, I gave a deeper summary of it. I was not on there talking. So there's many ways to kind of create the content without, getting overwhelmed and things like that. And then you can also have AI these days too. Some of my videos on my page is AI. Some people probably won't even know it. Unless I pinpointed it and showed you.
Is it captioned?
No, these particular videos I didn't use caption for those AI. It was called Hey Jen. Yep. So there's many ways to create content, different styles. And when it comes to business, is really, getting started, you want to start building a community of people that like, know, and trust you. Like, I know you all been rocking with Ramel, I don't know how long, but I think like you said, DeMarcus, earlier you said you looking to find people that can lead and guide you, right? And you found him through social media. So he has a large community of people that like, know, and trust him.
He does.
And he's done it through social media. So that's what we all want to do. Right?
It's even more. I got a chance to meet him in person earlier this year. It's even more impactful. You get to meet him in person.
Yeah. That's crazy. I just thought about that. I have not met Ramel in person yet. And that was in 2020 when we met. That's crazy. I just thought about that. But yeah, any final questions?
Can you post your video in our group?
Sure.
I want to see it because I'm going on a
Exactly.
cruise here in January, and I want to use the video footage. See how you did it.
I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna put my Instagram handle. It's the first video on my Instagram page. I have it pinned. Y'all can feel free to follow me. Follow me on Instagram. Oh,
Is anybody else having trouble getting the messages? Like
some
I can only see your name. I don't see anybody else's.
I don't know.
Post, it's going straight to her. It's not going to everybody else.
Okay, thank you.
Who's that said that?
Doc.
Oh, Doc. Oh. I thought that was royalty. Sounded like her for me.
I ain't royal though.
Yes, we all are. All right, cool. So I dropped my Instagram handle in the chat if y'all want to check it out. Y'all can follow me and everything. But yeah, any last questions, concerns? Y'all want to share y'all story with me? No, not tonight. We'll be on here all night probably. But yeah, if we don't, let's connect either if you're in my school community or we're in the Telegram chat, wherever we're communicating at. If y'all have questions, feel free to reach out to me. If we don't talk between now and then, before the Christmas holiday, y'all have a wonderful holiday, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year, and we will see each other next year.
Same to you. Happy holidays to you and your family.
Thank you, thank you.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Thank you. Y'all have a blessed night.
Be prosperous.